back to another episode of the Jarring Science Club. I'm your host Brenda, and today we're going to be learning how to mimic an ocean wave in a jar. Let's get to it. Here's what you need for your jar. You'll need a jar of water, some vegetable or baby oil, a bigger empty jar, this one's pickles, some blue food coloring, and if you want, some little ocean themed toys. Now let's zoom in and make the project happen. First, we're going to dye our water blue. Should be our ocean. Give that a little swirl to mix it in. And now we add our blue water to our bigger jar. We'll fill it up to about right here. Next, we add the oil to our jar to fill it up most of the way. Well, I ran out of oil, so now I'm going to have to move to another jar. If this happens to you, you can do the same thing. Screw the lid on tightly. Now for best results, you're going to want to wait until the liquids are more separated than this. That'll look more like a wave rather than like a storm like it looks right now. So give it time to settle. Alright, looks like our jar settled enough, so let's try out the wave. You may have to experiment with the pattern to get an actual wave-like curve on the top. First turn it to the side and let it settle, and then start to tip it. Now, isn't that cool? Here's the science. There are two different concepts going on in our ocean jar. Now, the reason that oil and water don't mix is because water is made up of hydrogen molecules that bond very tightly together. Oil molecules don't have the right poles to connect with the water molecules. This means that the water molecules stay bonded to each other and the oil molecules stay bonded to their own oil molecules. You can get them to mix if you add an emulsifier, like an egg, to the water, and then your oil and water will mix. But if you don't add anything extra, oil and water can't mix. The second principle of this ocean wave jar is the concept of how waves work. There are a lot of factors that go into waves. The one we're going to focus on today is friction. Air is its own thing. It is not just empty space. Water is obviously also its own thing. One of the biggest contributing factors to how a wave forms is the water moving one way and the air moving another way. This causes friction between the two and it creates the wave pattern. We can mimic this inside of our jar between the water and the oil. That's it for today. See you next time.